What up YouTube, it's your boy Anime Specialist. So in last week's episode, Pedro sacrificed himself for the Straw Hats to get away, and we learned in this week's episode that Pedro was actually the master of Carrot. He's the one that teached her how to fight. So that's one of the reasons why Carrot was a little bit more emotional than the rest of the crew, because the rest of the crew has known Pedro for only a few days, I think, in the story, and Carrot has known him for years. So that's why she was way more emotional than the other Straw Hats, and that's why because of her burst of emotion, she went and attacked Katakuri, even though she didn't do anything and she got beat by one hit. That shows how strong Katakuri is. He's the strongest sweet commander, so he's not gonna be that easy to beat down. Another revelation was that Pedro's Pedro is still alive. For a moment I thought Pedro was still alive, because earlier in the Whole Cake Island arc, Pedro did the same thing. He was going to sacrifice himself, but he was saved by the Straw Hats. So I thought maybe Pedro would still be alive, but Pedro's still alive, man. It's crazy. He lost the arm, I think, so we'll see what he's gonna do. It seems like in next week's episode preview, he's gonna be on the Sunny Go, so we'll see what's gonna happen with him. But man, I have to admit, these last few episodes were intense. It's been a while since I've watched episode of One Piece that intense. I don't know when was the last time it was that intense. Maybe it was when they were in Dressrosa. That's where I think the intensity was at its peak. But now Luffy, there was a Luffy versus Big Mom. Now Luffy versus Katakuri, the Straw Hats versus the Big Mom Pirates. So the intensity is at an all-time high, so I really liked that. I was really into the episodes because there was a lot of things happening at the same time. We saw Luffy trying to restrain Katakuri because they had to get away with the coup de burst. So he had to restrain Katakuri with his own bare hands with some Aki. There was Big Mom that was eating the ship, so he didn't like that. And there was the other Big Mom pirates shooting at them, so they had to protect the ship. So there was a lot of things happening at the same time, so that was part of it. That's why it was a lot more intense than it usually is in the Big Mom, in the Whole Cake Island arc. At some point I really didn't know if they were going to get away with the coup de burst, because every time they were trying to get away, something else was happening. Because of Big Mom, one of the cola dropped, so they had to refill it and everything. So I really didn't know how they would get away, but because of Luffy, they were able to get away. But they were kind of lucky because the Big Mom pirate Brûlé, the one that controls the mirror world, came by the ship. She wanted to help Katakuri, and because of that, Luffy bring Katakuri and Brûlé to the mirror world and destroyed the mirror that was connected to the Sunny Go. So because of Brûlé, they were kind of able to get away, because without her, Luffy couldn't have brought Katakuri with him. So now it's gonna be Luffy versus the Big Mom pirates. It's gonna be crazy. I really want to know how Luffy is gonna get out of that. I've been waiting for this fight since the Whole Cake Island began. Luffy versus Katakuri, it will really be intense. I really don't know how Luffy will beat Katakuri, because he's the strongest of the Big Mom pirates. He's the strongest sweet commander, so he's not at a Yonko level, but he's the nearest from this level. So we'll see what Luffy will do. The reason why I don't know how Luffy will beat Katakuri is because Katakuri has this kind of power that he can see into the future, not too far into the future, but he can see a few moments before it happens. So yeah, I really don't know how Luffy will do it. I don't know how Luffy can predict what Katakuri will predict. You know what I mean? So maybe Luffy can develop this kind of power, but we'll see. Maybe that's how he's gonna beat Katakuri. But for the moment, I don't even know how Even though he can hit him, it doesn't do anything to Katakuri, so that's another thing. So I really don't know, man. But yeah, it was a pretty good episode of One Piece. I really liked this. The intensity is at an all-time high. I'm really hyped about what's gonna happen next in the series. I really want to know how Luffy will beat Katakuri. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out.